Super Bowl.
Broadcasting from Radio Row inside the Mandalay Bay Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. You are tuned into Sideline Sports Talk Network's The W Show on 100.1 FM, Kansas City. Brought to you by Stockman Law Firm, the Solar Center, the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services, Gates Barbecue, Positivity Water, Soiree Steak and Oyster House, the Wright Cali Tax Preparation, Dillard's Zona Rosa, KC Wheat Spin 360, Derek Thomas Neil Smith III and Long Foundation, Phenomenal Kids Child Care Learning Center, XC Fright, Studio Clash, Sierra Fonseca, Hairstylist in New York Life.
Right back like we never left. Right, we're here inside of the Mandalay Bay Convention Center, Las Vegas, Nevada. The sun is out today. That's pretty much what I guess.
Finally. Never thought we'd be begging for sun in the desert. What is going on?
That is crazy.
Man. So we have another guest with us, a local guy. You guys in Kansas City will know him, Chef Kev, friend of the show.
Absolutely.
What's happening, my man?
Appreciate y'all having me, man.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
So Chef Kev, you guys don't know, is a celebrity chef. Man, what brings you to Radio Row?
Actually, I'm in town cooking for the NFL Alumni Association.
Okay.
They're doing a host of events for tackling obesity, talking about a lot of nutrition, and just kind of working the room, introducing myself to people who may not know me and, just enjoying the scenery.
Yeah.
This is better than outside, right? Definitely.
So we may know, but our viewers may not know and listeners may not know. How'd you get into, becoming a chef and a celebrity chef as well?
So ultimately, after throwing so many parties and
years
falling off of
balconies.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. You're not aware. So me and Q used to be a part of we had an organization called the MEPA Boys, the Missouri Entertainers and Promoters Association. And I used to throw a lot of parties, Celebrity Sundays. Q was my DJ from it was 6 years straight.
Yeah.
Every party we did, every celebrity that came through the town, we did an after party. So I segued out of that life, went to college, came back home, did real estate, moved to LA, left LA, moved to Vegas, left Vegas, moved to Charlotte. That's when I was like, okay, you got to figure this out. All this gigging, you got to find something that you love. I always knew I could cook because this dude could cook for real. So I was try to mimic some of, everybody's little style. And then that's when I really just went to culinary school at Cordon Bleu. And a lot of my good friends, like Earl Watson was my very first client, which happened to be my cousin. And he was like, look, I need a chef. He was going through a divorce. So I was cooking for his 9-month-old baby. And that literally propelled me from just in culinary school cooking for him to just cooking for so many other people by word of mouth.
Yeah. Wow.
So with culinary school, can you elaborate on that? Because I know I dabble in the kitchen. I think I know what I'm doing, but was there anything that when you went into culinary school, you were like, wait, this is a new world. This is how you're actually supposed to do it.
What's crazy is culinary school just fine-tuned my skills of what I've already knew and just gave it a more classical training. So instead of just using a knife, I understood how to actually handle a knife the right way, knife cuts, understanding mother sauces and everything that you probably was already doing, learning roux. You was like, I was making a roux when I was 2. You know what I mean? But it's understanding the scientific part behind cooking and understanding how medicine and food goes hand in hand. And food is the medicine for the body. Yeah. I was just talking to someone about that earlier.
Why you look at me like that?
He was on a fast food binge for a couple of days.
Hey man, don't be telling people that. What's wrong with you?
It's gonna Popeyes us to death, I guess.
It was
man.
It was an interesting stomach bug.
Oh,
but he's good now.
Yeah, I was good.
It was about 20. It was about 20 hours. He was.
Cam, I on my own now.
Down bad.
Both ways. You was going both ways on them.
Yeah.
No, but I literally told somebody that earlier. They was like, "What? Why is food so important for athletes?" It's medicine.
Yeah.
That's like the best way I can describe it. Anything you have, I can literally reverse it with a great meal plan or the right food for your body. Because the most issues that you have in knees, arms, whatever you're dealing with, headaches, it's in your gut.
Yeah.
It's what you eat.
So talk about that. I mean, you said you guys were on track with the obesity dilemma. Talk about,
So tackling obesity, because it's becoming such a huge phenomenon, especially in this, what is this, Generation Alpha? Yeah, Generation Alpha.
Whatever it is now.
My sons are 10 and 11, so that's the only reason why I knew about it, because one of them is Z, or what is it? Yeah, Z, and one of them is A.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm an alpha. I'm like, what? Who cares? Y'all not a millennial.
Right.
But they were, arguing back and forth, and my youngest deals with fighting the urge to eat whatever, and, talked about at school and things like that. So I started prescribing certain stuff for him to eat, and I found out he loves Caesar salad and loves this and so everything has to be with a green veggie. So that's what we're trying to teach kids, teach adults. You can fight obesity, diabetes with the right foods, and 90% of it is using green veggies.
Now you work with athletes too. Talk about the nutritional aspect of it, because a lot of times you hear about guys like Dak Prescott. I mean, not Dak Prescott, but DK Metcalf. He went to McDonald's before he goes to practice. Talk about how the nutritional value can extend careers.
So I'll talk about that part, and then I'll talk about the anomaly of the people like Ocho and DK.
Yeah.
Some guys like that I envy, because they can just eat whatever, but they don't smoke, they don't drink, they don't do all those other things. So they have more in their body that allows them to kind of have that free will.
Yeah.
But food is fuel. So if you're eating the right stuff, you can perform better on the field. If you're putting more fat, more carbs, some people's body doesn't operate the same way. But if you put the right stuff in your body, you can perform better. You can play longer, less injuries, less inflammation, be more hydrated. It's so much more into food than what people think. So,
yeah. Talk about Kansas City. I see you have on here born in Missouri. So that's that
was my publicist. You know what? And I'm mad.
No, because that works. Because again, being from Kansas City, you have to lead with that. You have to lead with that in Missouri, and that kind of starts the conversation. So, but where I was going with that is talk about Kansas City, and I mean really mostly your upbringing, because there were certain things that probably led you into promotion. And then that led you into cooking, into cooking, into culinary.
My upbringing, living in Kansas City, going to Purcell Academy of Fine and Performing Arts. I don't know if it's still fine and performing, but it was at some point.
It's supposed to be.
I'm just saying.
They got basketball back now.
Oh, okay. Quentin Day, shout out to you, because I knew that wouldn't have happened if,
right.
And we have a whole new floor, I heard. So
nice gym.
I mean, back in the day, we was playing on a trampoline court. But having that background in school, being able to be exposed to music, be exposed to dance, creative. I didn't realize culinary arts was a real art. It was just something I thought, my parents just, that was just something they did, but it's a real art. So I think having that as my background and my, foundation allowed me to really get exposure and just do other things. Because every time something major came to Kansas City, I was always involved, whether it was a hip hop summit network, whether it was always something bigger. And I just wanted to find other ways to get out. So Kansas City propelled me to do those things.
Yeah. That's funny. You talk about being a part of big events. We snuck into a Chris Brown concert.
Really?
And this is before anybody knew that Chris Brown and Rihanna was dating.
Right.
And so we backstage at the Sprint Center, and then Rihanna walked off the bus, and everybody just got stuck because how beautiful she was. So that was funny. It made me think of that when he said that.
Man, so many there's so many events that we could reminisce on and talk about. I remember Almost bringing Trillville to
Oh, yeah. That whole debacle. That's funny.
Oh my God. It was just so many things. I mean, Kansas City, just the history of what the drink,
wow.
Club Chemical. You know what I'm saying? I can go
Unlocking memories, man.
151. You know, what was that club that Rome had in Crossroads?
Icons or something? What was it?
No,
it was huge.
That was in
People was
Westport.
dancing in cages, and
That was in Westport. Yeah.
But Kansas City just really allowed me to, like, it taught me how to be tough, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City taught me how to handle failure,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't care whenever I came home, these dudes always humbled me. I would be on the biggest stage wherever, and they come on and be like, this nigga's falling off stages. You know what I'm saying? They just bring up whatever you used to do, and they're like, yeah, that's still you. And you just like, you get humbled.
It's a real life Crash Bandicoot right there.
And
right.
One of the other things you didn't mention was Kansas City teaches you relationships and dealing with in the party
huge.
and nightlife industry. How much did that help you in what you're doing now?
Well, being in Kansas City, it was such a crab in a barrel place, especially when I was coming up. I don't know if it's still like that now, but I'm sure it still is politically.
Yeah.
But everybody's trying to, like, be better than the next person.
Yeah.
But not in a way of being better for themselves. It was like to get there first.
Get the shine on.
I got that contact first. I did this. So I would always beat everybody to the punch by just finding that person in the room, whoever it was. I mean, I've snuck in the Chiefs games. I've snuck in I was 16 going to Club Chemical.
Statute of limitations is over.
Oh, sorry. It's over. I mean,
and all of this is alleged anyway.
Right. But no, I mean, relationships. I mean, if there was an opportunity to get to the right person, I would be that person that can get to that person. And Kansas City taught me that. Kansas City taught me that.
Yeah.
Tough skin.
Nah, definitely. So what you looking forward to? Because this is your first Super Bowl and first Radio Row, right?
So it's my first Radio Row, third Super Bowl.
Okay.
I went to Miami and I went last year and attended both. Phenomenal experience. Some I can't. It's I'm kind of getting used to it now. I'm like getting spoiled. I'm like, this is gonna happen every year. I'm like, do I need to book a flight every year?
I mean, you might as well book New Orleans right now.
I mean, literally, that's what people were planning already. I mean, when you look at the flights and rooms, and it's ridiculous. But I'm looking forward to just, seeing. Or are you talking about in terms of the game?
No, I'm saying the Radio Row, because this is your first time in Radio Row. Really kind of explain the scene around Radio Row, because like right now, people could probably see the DraftKings booth behind us and stuff, but kind of explain this scene, because seeing this many people in a room, and especially with a lot of the celebrities and faces and names you see on TV, sometimes that can be overwhelming for people.
So one of the things I'm actually give some nuggets. So one of the things I always teach people or try to explain to people, it's not the getting excited when you see the person. It's determining who is the person behind that person. So you can create and build a relationship. Introduce yourself. Hey, not lead with this is what I do, but hey, what are you doing out here? What are they doing? Like get to know them, and then ultimately they'll ask you the question. What brings you here? And then I would describe this scene as the best way for any introvert to learn how to get out of their comfort zone.
Thanks.
Seriously. Like if you're an introvert and you want to learn to meet new people and get out of your comfort zone, this is the perfect place. Because you don't know who to go up to and you don't know who you're walking by.
You don't know who
It's
you're going to
It's crazy.
And that's funny you say that, because our first Radio Row in Miami, I had no idea who Michael Rubin was.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he walks in and he's flicking off everybody,
Right.
like just doing all this crazy. And I'm like,
We had one of
He's
his
just a regular dude.
We had one of his friends at our table doing the interview, and he came by and just flipped him off, and he walked off, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's just a billionaire just flipped me off," and we're like, "What,
Dude. Like, matter of fact, that's the party to be at for Super Bowl.
It is.
If you are the
Fanatics.
person that wants to see the most amazing thing, that's the party to be at.
yeah,
Which I don't know if y'all have access, but let me know. I got you.
we can make it happen.
I got you.
So
I
you
only
got
have a couple. I only have like 4 or so.
Who you got on Sunday?
Come on, man.
I just want to know, because some people that switch up on us,
For
man.
some reason, we have this villain mentality from all these fans. I don't know where it's coming from.
And
It's just from winning.
When you don't understand it.
When you win consistently like that, that's what it is. When you look at the beginning of the Patriots dynasty,
true.
The team that was hated was the Rams.
Yeah.
The greatest show on turf.
Yes.
It's this Midwest city.
Yep.
And you know, nobody could stop the Marshall Falks and all of that.
Yeah.
But then enter in Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, you know, Mr. Irrelevant.
And the crazy part is we're just getting started. That's the scary part about it. If this is what we're getting now, I can only imagine. So I'm going for the Chiefs 27-30.
You got it that high scoring too. Okay.
Because for me, I don't believe this is one of those games that's defensively going to be low scoring. I had them blowing them out like a week ago, but I just feel like game plan wise, Shanahan's going to try to keep it as close as possible. But I think
it'll be a close game.
I'll win it fourth quarter.
But Andy Reid's not going to be outcoached.
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah,
I don't believe so. I mean, when you look at his scheme from the 2019, I think he has his number already, but I believe Shanahan is going to be able to do something different because of CMC.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So how can people get in contact with you?
You can go to my Instagram at Chef Kev, the number 4 real. You can find me on, I'm number 1 in Google. You put in personal chefs, but yeah, anywhere on any platform, that's TikTok, Chef Kev for real.
Appreciate you coming on with us, man.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
And we got a kitchen at the crib too. So
I'm just throwing that out there. Y'all got a crib out here?
About 15 minutes away. So
okay, ours is like 2 minutes away. So if I don't come there, y'all can come over.
Deal.
Sure.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna do brunch on
we're there.
Friday.
We're there.
I need a plate. I need a plate.
We there.
Chicken and waffles, shrimp and grits.
Oh yeah.
All you had to say.
Boom. Hey, y'all heard it here first. Shrimp and grits brunch before we come to Radio Row.
Hook, line, and sinker.
I pulled up to Charlotte for CIAA one time, and he cooked me dinner, and it was a nice little put me on. I never had broccolini before.
Yep.
He showed me how to cook the broccoli. So stamped and verified.
And Q can cook. So I was very much like, yo, I can't play with this. I gotta come with it. So
All right, that's Chef Kev. We'll be back live here from Radio Row inside Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas. We'll be back later with more guests. Stay tuned.
Peace.